We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Mark. This comes from Facebook. He asks, what are the guidelines for how high one should mount a projection screen or projector screen? He's seen various suggestions around the web, which has led to some confusion on his part. Well, that's very good. There's a couple things you need to consider here. The first thing you want to consider, and this is really the most important thing, where are your eyes? Where are your eyes in the room? Because you want your screen to be about, the top of it to be about 15 degrees up and the bottom of it to be about 15 degrees lower. You know, about in that range. That way you're not looking up at the screen or you're not looking down at the screen. So that's one of the big parts. The next thing you need to consider is your projector and what it can do and where it will be placed. How low can you put it down? Do you have full control over where your projector will be? Well, then great. You can put your projector, you can put your screen, exactly where it's perfect for your eyes. Then you'll put your projector exactly where it needs to be so they can project on the screen and it's absolutely square. And you don't have to do any keystone and any of that nonsense. But if you can't, then you need to know where your projector is going to be in relation to where the screen, the top of the screen will have to be, because you need to know horizontal lens shift, vertical lens shift, all that other stuff that goes into it. So it's sort of a dual thing. If it's just straight up, where do you want to put the screen? You want to put it so that your eyes are basically kind of smack dab in the middle of the thing, so you're not having to look up or down too much. Personally, I don't mind looking up a little bit. It's fine. It works for me. But for some people, it really bothers them. So that's sort of where the screen should be.
What THX recommends is that for your primary viewing row, you just assume that you take where your eyes are, so your seated eye height, and you just call that 0, and you go 15 degrees up from that, and that's where the top of the screen should be. That's THX's recommendation. Now, another sort of general rule of thumb is to have your eye line about 1/3 of the height of the screen. So you got the bottom of the screen to go about 1/3 the height of the screen up. That holds true pretty well for a 16:9 aspect ratio screen. But if you're going to be watching a lot of CinemaScope content, consider the height of the CinemaScope screen. And over at like Seymour AV, they say maybe somewhere more like 1/6 of that screen height, because it's a shorter screen to begin with.
Right.
And then they're saying maybe about 1/6 up of that. So consider whether it's 16:9 or CinemaScope, you want to be somewhere in the range of 1/6 to 1/3 the height of the screen up, or THX's recommendation, the top of the screen being about 15 degrees above your seated eye line. All of that fits within range. If you do that with a 16:9 screen, you tend to be about 1/5 or so up, 1/5 to 1/4 up, which is within that 1/6 to 1/3 range. So all of those guidelines sort of line up.
And the easiest way to do this is to get your projector, mount your projector, spit something at the wall, the blank wall, and then just put it where you want it to be.
That's right.
And mark the edges. And this is where I want my screen to be. And then you're good.
Yep.
You know. And it's really, it's not something to really be overthunk, I don't think. It's just, you just kind of eyeball it.
Let's say you're building a theater from scratch. You can't just go in there and throw it on the wall. Although you still could, on any wall, just figure out what angles you happen to prefer and then see if that'll fit into the theater you're building. So if you have access to a projector, throw it on a wall, because you don't care about the image quality right now. You just want to say, here's the size of screen I like. Here's about how high I like. You figure out what the angles are, and you go from there.
Yeah. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.